In this tutorial, you will learn how to use the Replace tool to add a new rib to an already existing mesh, and how to recover distorted mesh due to defeaturing, for example. Let's look first at our database. Here we'll see that we already have our carrier meshed out. We can also see there is a new rib geometry created. If I hide the new rib, you'll see it isn't part of the meshed and there isn't any rib right here. Let me show it again. And in this first exercise, we want to add this rib to our already created mesh right here without the need to mesh it out everything again and so on. So for this, first, let's go to the mesh ribbon, and under surface mesh, let's give it a average element size of 3 to our new rib geometry right here. Once we have our new rib meshed out, you'll see it will create a new subassembly or a new assembly right here, and we need just to sort it out. For this, just drag and drop the new rib inside of the same assembly as the carrier. Now we can add this new rib mesh to our carrier right here. For this, let's go to the geometry ribbon, and under the drop-down menu here in the face section, let's use replace. The replace tool will help us out to add new geometry, faces, complete bodies to an already existing one. So for this, let's just select on new faces and body our rib, and on the current body our carrier. We can also give it a local remesh where it will replace these faces on our carrier here, and let's give it an average element size of 3. Now let me just hide the new rib meshed right here, and we'll see that the new rib is perfectly added to our carrier right there. You can see all the connectivity between our carrier and the new rib. We can also verify there isn't any internal faces here. If I hide, for example, this surface, you'll see the surfaces created or that were before on our carrier were erased and replaced by the new rib. Another use for the replace tool is, for example, when in a section of your mesh it was highly distorted, maybe because of some defeaturing or any type of mistake, how to get back from your original body the same features you wanted before. So for example, here in this face of the carrier, if we show our cat body, you can see all these different features right here, like the bolt holes, that are not longer present on the meshed body. So without any need of meshing the whole carrier again, we can get back all these features. For this, let's first select all the faces we want to get back again. We can use on the selection filter right here, we can use, for example, face by angle, use a 45 degree to select here all the different features we want, right? We also want to make sure that our base face right here is also part of the replaced faces to get back again all the features. So for the last step here of selecting this, I can just right click and select adjacent just to make sure all the faces right here are selected. You can also press I or right click isolate just to make sure you have all the surfaces you need. Now let's do exactly the same thing as before. Let's surface mesh only the faces we're interested in. So this one right here. We can use an average element size of 7 and then just hit OK. Once we have our meshed faces right here, we can again sort out our assembly tree correctly. But let me first select the face I want to replace here. So the carrier, I'll just call it carrier replace and drag and drop it again in the same assembly as the original mesh. Now we can go back to the geometry ribbon. Under the drop-down menu, use replace. In this case, for example, we can select all the faces we want to replace and just select the carrier body again. In this case, we can disable local remesh as well and just hit OK. And this way, we get back all the different features we have from our original assembly to our mesh body here without the need of meshing everything out.